And there we are. Once again, welcoming all of you to Wednesday Afternoon Live, episode 198. With me, your congenial host, the SaleenDriver. Sorry about missing last week. Couldn't be helped. Had to be over at my mom's house to supervise a post Hurricane Milton repair, which was ultimately successful. It wasn't a big repair, but had to be there because my mom wasn't comfortable having workmen in the house or around the house without me being there. So, welcome to the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream on all of YouTube that I know of. The show that purports to always be about nothing in particular. And also, as you can see from my avatar, I voted this morning, took advantage of the early voting opportunity. I'm old enough to remember when election day meant election day, not election season. But, excuse me, that's the way it is in 2024 America. We have election season so that the perpetually lazy and perpetually low propensity voter and uneducated voter can waddle in between visits to the local 7-Eleven and cast a vote for which they probably have no education and no business actually doing. But enough about that. Who's in the box? Joshua. He was here first. Shalom Bechtova. Good to see you, sir. They is here, saying Bumblebee Tuna. I have no idea what he's trying to say there. But Bumblebee Tuna right back at you. Sam Nova. Yes, I am live. Matt Dumit's here. Nate the Great, who was not terribly late. Amada, how are you, my dear? Ramajama Taylor. Yep, thank you, sir. I'm glad that I made it okay, too. I am. VicTube Productions is here very early for him lately. Good to see you. My buddy Jason, Design Atelier, down in Aruba, sending the greetings from Aruba. And from what I understand, from what Jason told me recently, I will be getting part 2 of the sit-down one-on-one discussion that we had a bit ago back down in Miami. Part 2 will be coming out. I understand that's a long video that I'm going to get that version. He's going to have shorter versions on his channel, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Let's see. Battle Angel is here. My favorite long-suffering female internet personality. Jason is saying he's neutral. Of course he's neutral. He's in Aruba, not America. Kamala is not the sharpest spoon in the drawer. No, Kamala is certainly not that. Or is it Kamala or Kamala? I just call her the pole dancer, so whatever. Ram and Jam and Taylor says, getting ready for the ballot harvesters. You're probably not wrong. I'm sure the shenanigans will ensue any minute now if they already haven't. I'm just glad for what little comfort I have over it that I live in a state where my vote actually will count. There are other states where I would have my doubts. Albert Sancho's here. Good to see you, sir. Joshua, no election interference with mass interference EMP, red areas, and suitcase EMPs exist. And I've heard this theory espoused before, and those of you who doubt the existence of EMPs and the danger that they create or could create, I recommend to you a pair of books that I've read. They're novel books, but they are based on actual possibilities what could happen in an EMP burst. The books are called 1 Second After and 1 Year After. They are not easy reads, but they are interesting reads. Brad Pitt is here, or as my friend TK would say, Brad. Sven is here, Hale State. Yes, it should be out in a couple of days. Okay, good. Good. So that video should be out shortly. We need paper ballots. Yes, we do need to go back to the good old days of paper ballots and one-day election. I would personally make Election Day a federal and state holiday. And people wouldn't have to worry about going to work. They could, just go and vote. And we need paper ballots. We need voter IDs. We need to be cleaning our voter rolls constantly to make sure that dead people don't vote and illegals don't vote and people who aren't eligible to vote don't vote. Another book by Annie Jacobson. That's the, I just read that book. I just finished that book about 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was going to have a special guest on, and they popped into the back room ever so briefly, but before I could bring them in, they dropped away. So hopefully they'll come back. Yep. I don't know about raising the voting age to 35. I think raising the voting age back to 21 would be smarter. If you can't drink, you shouldn't be able to vote, but that's okay. Person in the background, if you could just ever so briefly turn on your camera so I know it's you. Maybe. Oh, never mind. Just don't porn bomb me. TK. TK.
Hey, sorry. No,
There
I
it
knew
is.
you were talking. I couldn't show you my camera because I was trying to fix. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm echoing.
Not on this end, but your audio is a bit choppy.
Okay, let me come back.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. I do support the Constitution. Voting age is 18. Voting age used to be 21, Vic. They amended the Constitution to make it 18. I think it should be reversed back to 21. Personally, I have met very few 18-year-olds that I consider to be mentally or emotionally mature enough to cast a vote. But, that's my opinion. I'll stick by it. I also think there should be term limits on Congress people and senators. Well, Albert, why would you keep it at 18? Make the case. But okay. But I know TK wanted to come on here because for some reason that is yet to be figured out by me, I can't fix the problem with her not being able to post in my comments section. So she reached out to me earlier and said that if she wanted to talk about the election coming up, could she come on to the um, StreamYard early? In Germany, you can vote at 18. Okay. Daniel Barry, good to see you, sir. And I'll just drop the link so Vic can come in, and if Sven wants to come in, he can come in. Anybody else? If you're old enough to fight for this country, you're old enough to vote. That's a fair argument. So maybe we make so that would be a good argument for leaving it at 18. Personally, again, I reiterate, I don't think 18-year-olds are smart enough or emotionally mature enough to vote. But there is the argument that if you're old enough to die for this country, you're old enough to vote in this country. I wonder what Tiger Cat has to say about that. That would be
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I'm still echoing, bro. I
No, you're
don't
not
know what's
echoing
going
here.
on.
Is yourself?
Well, I am in my head.
Oh.
Um,
Cam up, Nate. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, turn the camera off, Nate.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, Vic says now I sound like Huffabilly Paul. I've actually never heard Huffabilly Paul talk about this, but I have respect for Huff. So, if Huff sounds like me or I sound like Huff,
he thinks women shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Oh,
do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. No.
Thank you.
Just because women are clinically insane doesn't mean they can't vote. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke.
It's okay. No, but you know what? Here's the thing, Saleen. Oh, I don't think I hear any more echoing. No, I do. I can't take it. I can't take it. I'll just say this. There's probably a lot of men out there who secretly would love it if women didn't vote, okay? But they don't say that out loud and just keep pounding it. You know what I'm saying?
Think women should be able to vote. I've never heard him say that, but why?
I hate this echoing. We could have had a fun time, bro. But it's echoing.
Well, wait a minute. Do you have more than one device active?
Well, my phone is on, but I've had my phone on before.
Try. And so you're doing it through the computer?
Yeah.
Try doing it through.
Let me ask Nate. Nate,
what's up?
do you hear an echo?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yes.
And I hear you an echo too.
Try doing it through the phone only.
That sucks. Okay, I'll call in a little bit when I have to say something real important because I hate the phone. But I'm going to be watching and I'll call in later because this is.
Well, why don't you just stay in the background and just mute your microphone?
Okay. So let me just mute myself.
Yeah, when you got something to say, unmute, say it, and then mute back. I know it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I don't like the echo, but whatever. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but your opinion matters, so.
Okay.
And you're not echoing. You're not.
You see that, Paul? You see that?
And nobody and everyone in the chat saying that you don't have any echo.
Right.
They can't hear it.
I hear it. Nate hears it. Hears it.
Vic says he hears it barely, but it's not
barely. Yeah, I can hear it in my head, which drives me crazy.
Okay, let's try that and see if it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then
Yeah, I'll just mute myself for now, and if I have to say something, I'll just
Well, feel free to pipe in at any time.
Oh yeah, I might as well do that since I can't put anything in the chat.
Yeah.
I love you.
Make sure you raise your hand.
Zona, good to see you, Zona.
Hey, I'm teasing you, right, Saleen?
Yeah, I know.
Fix it.
I'll do my best.
Ooh, that sounded weird in an echo. I don't like that echo. Ugh.
Okay. I'm out of here.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah, I can see that. Swifties and Megan D. Stallion fan should know. Who's Megan D. Stallion? Raj. I'm not up on this cultural shit, so I don't know. Megan D. Stallion. That sounds like a porn name.
That sounds like a drug dealer name.
Well, Megan is a woman's name, but D. Stallion. That sounds pornish.
Yeah, true.
Not that I would know anything about that. Anyway, I did vote. I voted. Obviously, in Florida, we have not only do we have a whole slate of candidates, which, spoiler alert, I voted straight Republican. We also had what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 constitutional amendments and 1 local ordinance regarding the school board here in Sarasota County. So voted for all that. I was she's a rapper, says Amada. Okay.
A rapper. That's even worse.
Well, I don't know much about rap, but I did vote. I got my sample ballot. I filled it out at home. I went to a website that took the amendments that were on our ballot, and if you tried to read the amendments and try to figure out what they were actually trying to say, your head would explode, because they purposely write this shit in a way that regular people can't understand it. So I went to this website I found that I've used before, where they actually translate the statewide amendments and the local ordinances into English, and figured it out from there. The ones that you may have heard of that probably mattered to a lot of people were the one that really mattered, that was getting nationwide attention, was the marijuana law. And basically it was a legalized marijuana, but there's so much crap in the bill that I'm not really sure what the hell you're voting for. But I voted no. Do not legalize marijuana in the state of Florida. Medical marijuana would still be legal, but voting to legalize it overall, not personally, being fairly libertarian. If somebody wants to blaze up in their house, I could give a shit. I don't think they should be penalized for obviously treat driving while stoned the same way you would treat driving while drunk. So don't do that. But if an adult wants to have marijuana legal, fine and dandy. But there was so much other crap in the law that it was very confusing as to what direction that law was going. So I decided, you got to clean that shit up. Try again the next time. So I voted no. It's probably going to pass anyway. And then the abortion thing, Florida's abortion law is fairly restrictive. I think it's a little too restrictive. So I think it needs to be loosened up a bit. I'm not one to be thinking that obviously abortion is more women thing than a man thing. Sorry if that offends people who believe there's more than 2 genders. Well, we lost Tiger Cat. Hopefully she come back. But the overall principle of government getting involved in a personal medical decision, this week it's you can't abort a pregnancy. The next week it's you know, oh, we can't put this guy on life support because he's too old, or we're not going to give him hip replacement surgery because he's too old, or we're not going to give this lady kidney transplant for whatever reason. And I'm with the government, and I'm here to help. So I don't like the slippery slope of government getting involved in medical decisions. So I'm not thrilled with that. But I'm also not thrilled with the idea of exterminating a human life for the sake of convenience. So it's a complicated issue in my mind for me, but the overall riding factor is I prefer less government involvement in people's lives than more government involvement in people's lives. Let's see. Tiger Cat just texted me. Computer pissing me off. I'm going to figure it out. What's going on while I listen. That's why she left. Okay, well, if you want to come back and try again, just pop into the room and try again. We'll try it again. Nate, however, is on silent.
No, I'm here.
Let's see. Connor Stallions, good to see you. Can we vote to fire Napier? Well, I bet you if you took a poll of Gator Nation right now, Napier would be out on his ass. But I think the time to fire him would have been after losing to Kentucky, but he beat Kentucky, so I guess not. But he's going to lose big to Georgia, so maybe then.
How mad would you be if Napier wins against Georgia, even though you won?
I won't be mad at all if Napier beats Georgia. I'm never mad when Florida wins, despite the fact of having a clown for a coach. I'm mad when they lose.
Oh, okay.
I'm mad when they lose when Steve Spurrier is coaching, or when Urban Meyer is coaching, or when Moose Dump is coaching, or when Napier is coaching. Zone Tucson says I blaze up all the time in my house. Well, that's the way it should be. Raymond Jamma Taylor says this is not an election. This is an IQ test. Yeah, you can make the argument that this is a nationwide IQ test, and half the country is going to fail this test, and half the country is going to pass. We'll find out, which half wins. Unrealized capital gains is a wealth tax, price control. Yep. Those are two positions supported by the pole dancer. She wants to tax unrealized capital gains, which in English, let's break it down in English. Let's say, like me, you're a homeowner, and let's say you bought a house at $200,000, but let's say now in 2024 the house is now worth $300,000. That's an unrealized capital gain. You have a house that's worth $100,000 more than it was when you bought it, but in the current law, you're not taxed on that wealth because you didn't sell the house. It's a capital gain in waiting. It's money that you would get if you sold the house, but if you haven't sold the house, you don't have the money. That's what's called an unrealized capital gain. Or if you own stock, let's say you bought stock at $20 a share, and it's now worth $25 a share. That extra $5 is an unrealized capital gain. But as long as you hold the stock, you're not taxed on it. As soon as you sell the stock, you're taxed on that gain. What Kamala and her ilk want to do is they want to tax that unrealized capital gain. So if you have artwork or a coin collection or this may sound self-serving, but a watch collection or a house that's gained in value or land or property or a business or cars or whatever that's gained in value, but you haven't sold them yet, they still want to tax the unrealized capital gain because they need money to fund their insane welfare programs and reparations and giveaways to illegals and all kinds of other fun things. So, yeah, that's wonderful. And price controls, well, the last time we tried price controls was under President Nixon back in the 70s. And why don't you all go look up what happened there? Inflation, scarcity, supply problems. And then when he took the price controls off, it boomeranged in the wrong direction. So price controls don't work either. Stop being a sophist? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by it. If you're poor in Germany and a citizen, the government will pay all medical bills you have to pay. That's what it should be all over. Well, okay, Sven. Next time I go to the doctor and I get a medical bill, I'll send it to you, or I'll send you the bill and you can PayPal me the money to pay the bill. Steve Pearson, good to see you, sir. Yep, that's crazy. That's a nationwide. Yep. Well, that's why they hired 87,000 new IRS agents. You think they hired 87,000 new IRS agents to go after the rich people? They hired all those guys to go after everybody else. Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh. Taxes are necessary. No, they aren't. Pay Kamala and lead. I'd rather pay Kamala and showing her ass to the door and sending her back to San Francisco. Don't need her here. Don't want her either. But yeah, that's what an unrealized capital gains tax is, and that's what the Democrats have in their platform. Now, of course, they're not making that very well known that it's in their platform, but it is in their platform, and it is what is going to happen if you put Kabbalah and the Marxists back into power. And good luck with that. Watch how the rich people in this country start leaving. Question is, where are they going to go? Europe's already a mess. Most of Asia's a mess. Maybe they'll go to Belize. I don't
know. Belize.
Well, no, it's supposed to be a tax haven. It's supposed to be. I don't know. When America fails, where do you go to escape? This is the escape for all the other countries that have failed. When the lifeboat sinks, where do you go after the lifeboat sinks? Interesting philosophical question. Aruba is also bad, third in most taxes in the world. Yeah, I heard about Aruba. Aruba is not exactly what I call a tax haven. I guess you go to the Bahamas.
What about Bermuda?
Except you get hit by hurricanes all the time.
What about Bermuda?
Bermuda, that might not be a bad tax haven. I'd have to research that, but
Yeah, Bermuda.
I'm sort of stuck in Florida. I can't really leave Florida, so
Yeah. Do people still believe in the Bermuda Triangle?
I'm sure there's some people that do. Bahamas is great, tax-free. Okay. You know, it's funny, Joshua. I always laugh when I see one of these lefty goofballs, scream about pay your fair share to the rich people. I wonder if they realize that the rich in this country not only pay their fair share, they pay more than their fair share. I mean, the last statistics that I saw from a couple of tax seasons ago showed that the bottom 50-odd% of people in this country don't pay income taxes. Well, they pay taxes and they get a refund, so their net tax is zero. And they actually get money back. Top 1% pay about 40% of the taxes in this country. The top 10% pay over 50% of the taxes in this country. So the rich and the near rich in this country not only pay their fair share, they pay more than their fair share. So I don't understand this pay your fair share tax warfare crap. They're lying to you. The rich people are going to the country of Georgia. I wouldn't exactly call that a stable environment, but yeah, I can understand. Let me look that up. Let me see if I can look that up. Just because I know somebody out there is probably saying, "Oh, he's full of it." Let's see. Tax pay percentage by USA. Let's see if this is it. Here we go. Maybe. Well, according to the Tax Foundation, that would be taxfoundation.org if you want to look this up yourself. High-income taxpayers pay the majority of federal income tax in 2021. Bottom half of taxpayers earned 10.4% of total AGI and paid 2.3% of all federal income taxes. The top 1% earned 26.3% of total AGI and paid 45.8% of all federal income taxes. Interesting. And there's this wonderful little graph here. I wonder if I can zoom in on it. Let's see. Let's see, this is 2021, which I guess is the best they can do. Bottom 50% paid 3.3% of income taxes. 50% to 25% paid 7.2%. 25% to 10% paid 10.3%. 10% to 5% paid 14.3%. 5% to 1% paid 18.9%, and top 1% paid 25.9%. So the top 25% of income tax or of average income paid the vast majority of income taxes. Go look it up yourself. Taxfoundation.org. The rich aren't just paying their fair share of taxes in this country, they're overpaying. Let's see. According to Joshua, rich people are going to Argentina, Serbia, El Salvador, Ireland, Malaysia, and Uruguay. I wouldn't go to Ireland. Ireland is part of the EU, aren't they? The EU is about to fall apart under its tax burden.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Singapore would be a nice place to go. Then I could be near my favorite microbrand watch guy, Elshin Tang, over at Zelos. I already have too many Zelos. Isn't that right, Jason? I got too many Zelos as it is. If I lived near Elshin, I'd lose my mind. Dr. Bob's take is Georgia was always a dollar store version of Ukraine. Ooh, ouch. Shots fired. Yes, you are a witness to the Zelos fandom. Well, you haven't seen my collection, sir. I'm pushing up towards 80 Zelos alone. I recently did a rough count of the number of watches that I have in my collection. I actually counted twice to make sure I wasn't losing it. I'm too embarrassed to say the number. I really am. Very embarrassing. Yeah, you said you'd come visit me in Sarasota, but you said that might be years away. By then, my collection might have forced me out of the house. Anyway. So what else do we want to talk about besides politics and taxes? I'm sure that's going to bore the piss out of a lot of people.
I know I like to talk about hockey, yeah, but
Oh, go ahead, talk about hockey. My Bruins suck. They just got beat 4-0 by oh sure, who they get beat 4-0 by? Their multi-million-dollar goaltender is not working out so far.
yeah.
Nashville.
Nashville? Oh, honestly, worse.
Unfucking real.
Nashville's supposed to be horrible. And
I mean, they not only did they chase Swayman from the game. I mean, it was so bad they chased Swayman out. I mean,
oof.
His goals against, I mean, his save percentage is horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, it's my Red Wings are doing bad so far. I mean, not horrible, but bad. Let's see. I think they are. If I had to guess, probably 4-6. I have no idea. Let's see.
Oh, look, hang on.
They are.
Oops.
Oh no, not 4-6. They're 3-3, so not terrible, but still.
Detroit 3-3. Yeah. Boston is also 3-3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Montreal
Wow.
is 2-4-1. That makes me happy.
Well, Philly sucks 1-4.
The Utah Hockey Club. They haven't come up
How
with a
the
name
hell?
for the Utah yet.
Yeah, I think they're good. I think I heard right when like next year. I think they're might gonna name the team because I have no idea why they did that. So, but I've seen rumors that they are gonna do maybe the Yetis.
Dr. Bob says he might buy one of the Seiko 5 GMTs. Hey, why not? I'm heading to Boston in about a week. I'm heading to Boston in about a week. I'm going to go visit my favorite, one of my favorite watch places, a European watch company. I'm bringing a watch with me
Nice.
that I'm going to try and trade them for something. I'm eyeballing a couple of different watches that they have in stock. Hopefully, they'll be there next Friday, and I can walk away with one. So we'll see. But one of them is a
Yeah.
Grand Seiko. Look, I really would like to land that Grand Seiko.
Yeah. Well, San Jose is like on 5, by the way. We all knew that.
Too early to make a judgment on the NHL season. Yeah, it is too early, but right now
So,
Boston isn't looking so damn good in its goaltending. So I'm hoping that gets better.
yeah.
Sneak peek of new watch. Okay, that's that right there. If anyone wants, because Jason is going to be introducing a new watch. Alex, good to see you, sir. Sven, thank you for the €5. I appreciate that for Billy's extension fund, whatever a fond is. That's not funny, sir. Huffy, we were just talking about you, Mr. Paw. We were talking about you don't think women should vote, and that angered a few people. Uncle Lou is here. Voting cutoff should be age 60, too old, antiquated, and senile. And in a lot of cases, racist, homophobic, misogynistic. Oh, okay. I don't agree. And I'm not 60 years old yet, so that's fine. Oh, look who's here.
She's
It's
back.
everyone's favorite Ozzy. Ozzy. It's Libby. You got another? Yes, I did get my my package after FedEx hemmed and hawed about it, but they did finally deliver it. So yay! I have a 30-minute work conference call at 4, but we'll join if you're still live. Okay. Well, I'll be here till 5, I guess. Then I gotta go. Libby has not seen my package, no, and never. No, I will not show her my package.
Sounds weird.
Well, Libby, you can live and die in ignorance, and much to your regret. Dr. Bob says women should vote, but not a whole vote. Make a women's vote count for 15% of a man's vote. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Really? You're going to use the letter D instead of saying dick? What's wrong with you? Are you getting soft in your old age? Let's see. Let's see if we can get Libby to come in here and laugh in that great Aussie laugh of hers that everyone loves so much and it's missed so much. Yes, I do drive a Hyundai, sir. I have a Hyundai. As a matter of fact, I drove it today. But I also have a Saleen, and I drove that today. I drove it today when I went and voted. And actually, I had to park sort of near the pop-up tent for both presidential candidates, and the Harris people weren't very happy with me, but the Trump people seemed to like the car. So that was nice. Person in the background could cam up ever so briefly. Yeah, that's him. Hi, Lou.
Hey, how you doing? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. How you doing, sir?
You starting to get worried about Napier keeping his job, or?
Yes. A little, but not much.
I wonder how many he's got to win. Is that me echoing? What's the echo?
I don't know. Like,
Is that me?
it might be you. Well, you know,
Actually, I think it might be Sweet.
it was happening to Tiger Cat earlier too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's. Let me move my microphone. Maybe that. Wait a minute.
Hello?
Is that better? Yeah. Yeah. Is that
Hello?
better? Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
let me try to leave and come back in.
All right. Shut up, Libby. I think if Florida gets destroyed by Georgia, that could be the death knell for Napier. That's what I think. Try that.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I still hear the echo.
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's my microphone.
Hashtag professional.
I don't know. Nobody else is echoing, but well, Tiger Cat said she was echoing, and now you saying she was echoing. But Nate said he wasn't.
I think it's just you, Celine.
No, I hear me echoing.
Oh,
And I don't hear anybody else echoing, just me.
You're not echoing at this end. You sound great.
What about on YouTube?
My YouTube is muted.
What about aren't there 3 or 4 people watching? Is it echoing for them?
Nobody's
Hello?
saying it. Hello?
Oh!
Joshua says you're echoing. Sven says
See, I told you.
Oh, hang on.
Hello?
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 Is it working?
It's working, but it's echoing, though.
Oh, damn.
How about now?
Hello? Is it echoing now?
Oh.
No, not my end.
Oh,
I don't hear it now. I don't hear an echo anymore in 2.
Well, I switched from my condenser mic to my internal mic.
okay. That's good now.
Oh, can you hear me all right?
So now the people don't hear me echoing. Hello?
Hello?
I don't think it's echoing anymore.
Well, it's not at my end.
What about the people watching on YouTube? Is it echoing for y'all people that's watching on YouTube? I don't want to ruin the stream. If somebody calls into my show with an echo, I just hang up on them. So I'll just leave that up to you if that's what you want to do.
Well, Huff and K Dog says there's no echo, and Sven
Well,
says no echo.
No more echo?
But there was an
No
echo.
more, no more echo.
No more echo.
Okay. But there was an echo before.
There
We got
was.
Tiger Cats texting me.
All right. But no more echo now. That's good.
Right.
He's making. Oh, okay. Tiger Cat says you're making fun of her.
What?
No, I was echoing before for sure.
Well, everyone says you were echoing, and when I shut my microphone off and went to the one built into the computer, it stopped. So
I did an advertisement for Mando. It's whole body deodorant. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and TK said she wanted to smell my balls. I guess to see if it works.
You?
I told her, yeah, it works.
I wonder what Battle Angel would have to say about that.
Well, she says that's cap, but
She says she was a scientist, so it was just for science purposes.
And
She said
Joshua
yes.
thinks that's disgusting, so okay.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Well, I'm certainly not going to be asking to sniff anybody's. Just not going to do it. Sorry.
You don't have much of a need for whole body deodorant, do you?
No, I shower every day and I live alone.
All right.
And that's probably the way it's going to stay for the rest of my life. So.
What, showering every day?
And living alone, yeah.
Oh, and living alone, yeah.
Well, you know, I'm undateable at this point, right?
Well.
There's Big Tube.
Uh-oh.
You might be able to find somebody that wants you for your money or something.
I don't have any money right now.
Well, you will.
Yeah,
you will.
Then I'll be really depressed because I won't have any parents anymore.
Yeah.
What's up, Vic?
Okay.
Yeah, what? Yeah, you guess.
You fix those musty balls.
Yeah, is Saleen gonna be a sugar daddy?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Might as well have.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I have a little fun before I die. What the hell?
By the way, Paul, that's disgusting.
Paul, literally, I think there's 22 people in this stream. I think literally I speak for everyone when I say nobody gives a damn what you do with your balls.
Well, I mean, you should be taking care of yourself. I mean,
well, yeah, of course, but I don't want to hear about what he does with his balls.
you should be taking care of yourself. I mean, but
true.
Yeah.
So, Lou, if you think if Georgia beats Florida badly enough, maybe it could be gone.
I think so.
Well, first of all, I don't think it should matter what happens in November. Like, I think he should be fired if they go 5-0 or 4-0 or whatever games they got left.
Fine.
Yeah. No. But here's the thing: if Strickland can find any reason to keep him, he's going to keep him.
I think Strickland should go first.
Well, everyone thinks that, but the problem is Strickland is still there. Strickland hired Napier, and if Strickland would basically have to admit that he fucked up if he fires Napier. So I think I mean, you're going to beat Florida State. That's a given. So what if he beats one of the other three? What is it? 3 or 4, I guess, right? Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, and LSU. Yeah, what if he wins 3 of
I don't
those?
see him winning any of those.
Yeah,
Well,
if
it
he
beat
wins
Florida
3 of
State.
those, you
Oh,
keep
yeah,
him.
I mean, I was talking about the other. And Pa,
Now, I will say this: if
Pa, if I happen to find a 25-year-old, what's the problem? Like,
Uh-oh.
yeah, well, that's the thing about the sugar daddy thing. You have your choice of age group on that. There's women of every age looking for a sugar daddy. So
and luckily,
Yeah.
luckily, I'm in decent enough shape.
Yeah.
No, I don't see a win in those other 4 games. I mean, Florida State is winnable. The other ones aren't. And you know what? I
Yeah,
really would like to beat LSU just so I can stop seeing the word shoe all the time.
I will say this: if no matter what, if he's still coaching when y'all play Florida State and you lose that game, 100% fired before the sun goes down.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
If you lose to Florida State, that means you're really down bad.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Billy's gonna get fired on the field if that happens.
Libby, you don't have to worry about me even ever touching you, and under any circumstance.
Well, plus she doesn't understand. She must not understand the whole sugar daddy thing. That's the deal. Yeah, she gets access to your money, but you 100% get to touch her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, if Florida State somehow rears up and beats Florida in the condition that Florida State is in, he get fired before he jogged back to the locker room.
Right,
With
that's what
Ole
I
Miss
said.
sitting on 2
He get
losses,
fired on
the minute Ole Miss lost their second game, I'd have fired Napier and flew to Oxford. Not kidding. Because Ole Miss ain't getting in the playoffs now, so I'd full court press Lane Kiffin. $10 million a year.
You know, I don't know what's wrong with me or anything like that.
I do.
I still really don't want to see Lane Kiffin on the sideline in the swamp. But
yeah, I don't either.
I'm slowly working somehow something in my mind is slowly working its way to the point where if I saw him wearing a Gator shirt and walking the sideline, I wouldn't immediately start gagging.
You know who else doesn't want to see Lane Kiffin on the Florida sideline? Georgia fans, LSU fans, Tennessee fans, Bama fans, Texas fans. That should tell you something.
I mean, I could see that because I admit that Florida as a job right now is not what it was, but certainly they have the facilities and the reputation and the recruiting environment to become what they once were.
Yeah.
If they had the right guy, and I guess it could be argued that Kiffin, with that kind of resources, could be that guy.
And here's the thing with Kiffin, because I used to not like Kiffin too. I used to not like him either. But the problem is Kiffin was given a 40-year-old man's job when he was 25, and he wasn't ready. He was immature. He made a lot of bad decisions, shit like that. Back when he was at Tennessee, and then the coach of Southern Cal. But we got to remember that was 15 years ago. He's a different person now. He still does a little bit too much Twitter stuff for what I would like my head coach to do. But if he was winning games, I could overlook the little bit of like Twitter trolling that he still does. But he has grown up a lot since he was at Tennessee and Southern Cal back in the early 2010s, I think.
Well, let me ask a question. In no particular order, who do you think are the top 3 coaches in the SEC right now? Obviously,
Kirby.
Kirby is
yeah.
one of them.
Kirby, Sarkisian.
Sark and Heupel. I don't know. Sark and Kelly.
Okay.
I'd probably put Brian Kelly at 3, and then Heupel and DeBoer can fight over 4 and 5.
Okay, well, if Kiffin comes to Florida, is that going to strike? Maybe not in the first year, maybe not the second year, but is Kiffin at Florida going to strike fear in those coaches?
Well, I don't think those coaches are scared of anything, and I don't think Kiffin's scared of anything either. So
I'm
no.
not sure if fear. Yeah, I'm not sure if fear is the right word.
Maybe fear isn't the right word. Concern.
I can tell you that Lane Kiffin with DJ Lagway will win a lot of games and probably a Heisman.
No, maybe not a Heisman, but
first you got to keep Lagway in Florida. I think.
Well, one way you do that, one way you do that is to fire Napier now and hire Kiffin tomorrow, so that Lagway knows who his coach would be. If y'all don't have a coach by December 10th, Lagway's gone.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Because that's when the portal opens. Somewhere around December. If y'all don't have a coach the day the portal opens, Lagway's gone. He'd be an idiot to stay there. Yeah. If you don't know who the coach is.
Well, anybody would be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say he beat, let's say, well, obviously, hang on, I got to bring Paul in. Let's say Georgia beats Florida, which I think is an obvious given. 4-4, but they still don't fire Napier. I mean, what does it take? Does it take losing to Texas on the road, or does it take losing to LSU in the swamp before Napier is gone?
Well, I don't see. This is the problem. No loss Florida takes right now is embarrassing until the Florida State game, because Florida is going to be a massive underdog in every game they play. So if you're looking for like a specific game coming up to fire Napier, there's not one, because he's supposed to lose to Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, and Texas. So it's just has to be an accumulation of the last 3 years that gets him fired. A third losing season. So the minute he loses his 7th game,
yeah,
whatever game that is, what's the record now? 4-3.
4-3.
Okay, so let's say they lose to Georgia. That's 4-5. After that is what? LSU.
Hang on, let me pull the schedule.
Texas. That would be Texas. That'd be 4-5. So he would get fired the week before Florida State, because he'd be 4-7 heading into Florida State.
I wouldn't fire him there. I'd let him at least have one win. I wouldn't chance the Florida State game if I was Florida.
Paul, can you hold your hand out in front of the camera? I want to see something. No, flat. Okay, good.
Okay.
You've been drinking today. You've been drinking today, Slaw.
I just started about an hour ago, and I had only 2, so I haven't drank today.
I could tell you were drinking because your hand wasn't shaking.
Okay. Yeah, hold it a little higher, Paul.
Damn, that's good.
If your hand would have been, hold on. If your hand would have been like this, that's how I know you hadn't been drinking.
Yeah, hold it a little bit higher, Paul.
That was good.
Yeah, definitely had a few. That hand steady.
The hand is steady.
Yeah, good job, Paul.
Georgia loss, at Texas loss, LSU at home loss, Ole Miss loss, Florida State probable win.
Win.
By the time we get to the LSU game, Florida is probably 4-5.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you another couple of weeks to find a coffee table and a chair. If not, I'm going to go buy one. Here for over there.
I don't know, but
I want to get rid of that table so that we'll stop stacking stuff there.
The Ole Miss game.
I do it too. Half that silver is probably mine, but we only put it there because there's a table there to put it on.
Ole Miss game is senior day.
Oh, because I'm going to sit in the chair to put my socks and shoes on. If there's anything in it, I'm just going to throw it on the floor. No.
So the Ole Miss game is. Okay,
Stop muting me. This is a free speech zone, according to you.
I don't know. I guess Lou's right. The only game where Florida, by the time you get to the Florida State game, Florida is what 4-7.
4-7.
So if they lose to Florida State, they're 4-8. But if they beat Florida State, they're 5-7. I don't know how Napier survives. He might survive to the end of the year, which is not what I predicted.
I don't think you should, but I think even 6-6 should not be enough to save Billy his job, because 6-6 is what y'all have done, or 5-7 is what y'all have done. Is what y'all have done the last 3 years. So that would show that there's no improvement at all. I mean, if he's flatlined, y'all should still get rid of him.
I don't disagree.
Where does Napier go after this, though?
Who gives a fuck?
I'm just curious where he's going to go.
High school.
Back to the Sun Belt.
Back to the Sun Belt.
Yeah, go to the Sun Belt. He can go to Patriot League for all I care. He can go to the Ivy League and go coach Brown for all I care.
Right, and don't coach Harvard though, right?
Why don't he go to FSU?
Actually, Harvard got a new coach this year for the first time. I think the old coach retired. I think he retired after like 20 plus years at Harvard. He set all kinds of records.
He should go to FSU since that his record at Florida is better than FSU's.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
I think that at 4-6.
I don't see Florida State winning another game this year.
No, they're not. Well, they'll beat Charleston Southern, but
that's questionable.
I would flip a coin.
Am I still muted?
I'm personally.
No, you're on.
Miami.
No, you're not
muted anymore.
No.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't mute you after you unmuted.
Yep. Now you're muted.
Yeah, you muted yourself.
You muted me, Vic?
No, I didn't mute you.
Vic.
I didn't mute you. How can I
muted me?
How can I mute you? It's not my stream.
Yeah, this is my stream.
Yeah, it's not my stream. I can't mute anyone.
Unless you want to.
I'm going to be watching the Miami-Florida State game on Saturday. I'm going to be laughing my ass off.
I know it's going to be a classic.
I cannot wait to see Miami road grade Florida State.
I'm guessing that Miami put 60 points on them easily. I mean, they're going to lay into them because they hate them.
I'm guessing that by the time the Miami Florida State game is over, Norvell's not only lost the locker room, he's probably lost the entire city of Tallahassee.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see a scenario where, Lou was talking about this guy from Alabama defying the coach. I forgot the guy's name. I could see the entire team defying Norvell at this point.
Yeah, you know what the real problem I think with Norvell is he put way too much stock into the sugar high of the portal instead of building his roster from high school recruits. See, Dabo knows better than to do that, and that's what his big mistake was.
I hate the portal. I really hate the portal, and I hate NIL. Why? I really think that's going to be a long-term problem for this sport.
It's really it's good if you get a select few, one player here, two players there, but you can't build a whole damn team 1 year with 1 year players and then everybody run off and hide when they don't get what they want, like a bunch of babies.
Florida State's a living example of that.
Mm-hmm.
You recruit players, you don't hire them like they're a bunch of kids in temp.
And did you see where two of their players have
Colorado's-
made up injuries this week?
Made up?
What?
Yeah. Two of their players have made up injuries this week, and they're not playing because they don't want to get their ass beat by Florida State. And it's going to get worse. They're going to keep doing it every week. By the middle of November, I bet you'll have 10 or 15 Florida State starters that have made up injuries because they've already set the expectation there that it's okay to quit once there's nothing else left to play for. So
They got a strained knuckle.
I can't blame them.
But the fun part of watching the Miami Florida State game is going to be the end, where Miami beats them, and Florida State will be 1-7. Yeah, 1-7, and they will officially be bowl ineligible. And that is going to be the sweetest part of the whole thing, where another Florida-based team knocks Florida State out of bowl eligibility. The last two times it happened, it was Florida that did it. And I don't have any problem seeing Miami do it because I hate Florida State that much.
You know how bad it is for Florida, though? They're going to have a worse record than Colorado.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Dang. Yeah, maybe y'all should. Yeah, maybe y'all should hire Dion.
Oh,
There you
no. But the fun part is I'm going to call my cousin, who is a Florida State alum. When Miami beats them, I'm calling him up. If I can get him on the phone, I'm thinking about recording the call.
Yeah, record it and just laugh.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
If I can get him on the phone, he may not take my call, but if I can get him on the phone, I'm going to try and record the call.
That'd be good. Yeah, because he's probably giving you shit last year for Napier.
Oh, he gave me such shit last year when Florida State barely beat Florida.
It's fun. I mean, so you survived the hurricane stuff, okay? Nothing really bad this time, huh?
Thank God, no. But
yeah.
My mom's house took a little bit of damage, not much. It's already been fixed.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, the piles of yard debris in this whole area. I mean, I've seen some piles 10 feet tall, easy.
Jeez.
It's still here too. Everywhere you go here, it's trees cut up on the side of the road. They ain't come and got them yet. I mean, they've been coming to get them, but like it's so widespread here, it's going to take them 3 or 4 months to get it cleaned up.
Damn.
There's a bunch of houses in our neighborhood. Our house still has a cut up tree and sitting in front of it, waiting on somebody to come get it.
You know,
I don't know how they do it down there, but the county here hired contractors and are doing it, so you don't have to. If you want to pay to have your own debris removed, of course you can, but they sent out a county-wide notice, just put everything on the street, and they've hired contractors to come around and get it, but they warned everybody it could take 3 or 4 months before they get to it all.
Yeah, they did the same thing here. They've hired same contractors they've hired for other storms like Ian and Adelia and even Helene. You see the trucks, these are monster trucks that they have running around. And they have like 3 dump sites in the area where they're sorting out yard debris from appliances and in-house waste. And it's amazing how much crap.
So you know that storm was supposed to come right over my house. I mean, within Nat's house of my house, okay, and it transitioned out further east and a little, it came up through Augusta.
Yes, here.
Yeah. So Helene was a huge storm. I mean, it covered
hundreds of miles across. But it was a very finicky storm. It moved a lot. It moved around a lot. It was supposed to land here in Florida, and first it was around me, and then Tampa, and then it was going to be up around Tallahassee, and then it was back down around Apalachicola, and then it finally hit the Big Bend, and then it made all kinds of weird turns once it went inland. It wasn't supposed to do what it did to Augusta. It wasn't even supposed to hit Augusta.
I'm moving to Vegas. There ain't no hurricanes out there. That's why I'm moving to Vegas. There's no hurricanes there.
Lou's like, I ain't getting a fucking hurricane in Vegas.
Moving to Vegas. Got about 3 or 4 years.
You can't blame Augusta though, or Asheville, or any of those places that got hit. Y'all aren't built for that. I mean, I'm not saying that as a troll or a criticism. I'm saying it's a fact. Your whole building code and your whole situation isn't built for that kind of storm. And it's a once in a generation type of event. And you know, I've felt bad for folks in Augusta. I know you people in Augusta. I have family that lives in the Asheville area. I mean, we're ready for that shit down here. Y'all aren't.
Well, the thing that I still have to some degree is survivor's guilt, because we should have been the ones that got the hell brunt of it down here, and we got out of it almost scot-free. And then I see all the shit that we're all going through, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, it's horrible. It's horrible. But you know,
well, at least we got to see the Peeps for a week out of the deal.
That's right. That's exactly right. I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
There. They're good people too.
We still don't have internet here.
Oh my God!
I thought you had the T-Mobile internet thing.
Yeah. I mean, the regular internet is about,
right.
Yeah, in about half the town.
Excuse me, Raj.
How does that T-Mobile thing work?
It works really good as long as you're in an area that gets a really. It honestly doesn't matter whether you go with, because T-Mobile makes one, Verizon makes one, AT&T makes one. The only thing that matters is that particular phone company has to get great reception at your house. So like whatever cell phone company you have, if you get great 5G service on your phone at your house, then that internet thing will work great at your house. And it's about half the cost of traditional internet.
Right.
So it's basically like a cell hotspot for the house.
Basically.
Yeah, it just looks like a modem. I mean, it looks just like the modem you would get from Comcast or whatever internet company, and you literally just plug it into your wall. There's no coax cable or DSL line. There's nothing else. There's only one cord, and it's a power cord. And there's just a giant cell phone receiver inside that modem. And as long as you have good cell phone service in your house through whatever company, then the hotspot works fine.
So why would you not just use that going forward, or was it a cost thing? Is it cost different?
Well, no, it's half the. I've never used them before because I've always had traditional. The same reason some people still have cable TV. That's what they've always had, so they still have it. Mm-hmm. So I always just had traditional internet. But now that this has happened and it forced me to get this hotspot, I may not ever go back to traditional internet, because it's my internet bill is like $110 a month. This hotspot is like $50 a month. And if you have now I don't have T-Mobile phone service. If I had T-Mobile cell phone service, it's only $30 a month to add the hotspot. But I don't have T-Mobile, so it's like $50, I think.
Yeah.
But I run everything in the house. All the TVs are smart TVs. All the computers, everything. It runs everything just like traditional internet does.
A lot of folks I know around me are talking about maybe getting a Starlink as a backup.
Yeah. Now that is expensive. It was about $600 equipment cost up front, and then They have two plans. They have $120 a month plan for slow internet and $220 a month for slightly less slower internet.
Doesn't sound like a good backup.
Well, it's the most reliable in terms of it working, but it's also the slowest and most expensive.
Yeah, but it's an eye-opening thing there, Lou. Just learning that makes me have to question some things over here too. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, so my father-in-law about 3 years ago had a Generac, a natural gas Generac put on the side of his house.
Yeah.
And he just got the bill in. He was without power for 7 days. You know how much his bill was for that 7 days on that generator?
How much?
$565.
Damn.
Jesus.
Was that for fuel?
$85 a day it cost him to run that generator.
Oh
Dang.
God.
Was that fuel cost or what?
Natural gas.
Oh, see, in this area, if you want to do a generator like that, you actually have to buy a tank and bury it. Because they don't
Yeah,
run
well,
natural
his
gas.
house is already on the natural gas line. He's got gas stove, gas heat.
Yep.
So he already had the gas lines ran to his house.
Yeah, they don't do that around here. They don't do any kind of natural gas line. Yet when I lived in Atlanta, Kennesaw, we had gas heat, gas stove, gas water heater.
Yeah.
They ran that into the houses. That was, regular thing. But here, I'd have to. Well, I can't do it here.
Well, Lou, you just
Contractors
answered.
bury a tank.
Yeah, Lou just answered my other thing I was going to mention, which is I was thinking about getting a natural gas generator installed in case I had power outages. But shit, if it's going to be $500 for 7 days, ain't no damn. I'll just sit in the dark.
Well, here's the thing. Depending on your situation, okay, so the first day my power went out, I got in the car, drove to Columbia, and stayed in a hotel overnight, right? So the hotel cost me $130 gas to get there. Plus, when you're staying in a hotel, you got to eat out 3 times a day. Plus, you got to throw away whatever, let's say $1,000 worth of food that you have in your house because you got no power, right? So depends on the amount of time that you're out of power, whether or not the Generac is cheaper in the long run. And it also depends on whether or not you're willing to live in your house with no power. I wasn't willing to live in my house with no power. So I drove to a hotel, then I went to Pete's, then I went to Cherokee.
Yep.
So the generator is cheaper than leaving your house and staying in a hotel. Plus, you don't have to throw all your food away. We threw, we had to throw everything away.
And in Florida, that's also very important because the humidity here, you can lose electronics because of the humidity. Electronics don't really like humidity.
Yeah.
And you can also, without air conditioning in these houses, you can start to grow a bit of mold. And for me, like Lou said, for me, a whole house generator and the ability not to lose hundreds and hundreds of dollars in food and stay in your house and not have to go to a hotel, which can add up to a lot of money per day, plus eating out and everything.
Right.
Plus the fuel to get there and get home again, and being able to protect your house from looters and stuff like that. That's something that you got.
Looters.
Yeah. There were some reports of that around here, but it was pretty sparse. Not like where I live, but like some places in Augusta, I would see like police were called because they thought somebody they were walking around looking for empty houses or whatever because so many people had got out of town.
I think in a long power outage that's more than a day or two, I think a generator would probably be a great investment. I have a little Honda, one of the 200-watt Hondas, and all it's good for is keeping the phones charged. You could, I'm able to run my fridge off of it. I can run a toaster oven or a microwave.
Yeah.
or whatever, and just keeping the fridge running and not having to chuck all the food and everything, and and at night around here it's bearable. It's worth it. It's worth. It was worth the $1,100 I paid for the generator.
Yeah, here would be my advice to people with a gas generator would be to always keep. I don't even know how long gas stays good, but you should also keep, I don't know, 50 gallons of diesel fuel around or whatever, because the problem here was lots of people had generators, but you couldn't buy any gas put in it. The gas stations didn't have any power, and without power, their pumps didn't work. So they had gas, but they had no way of dispensing it. And then even the gas stations that did get power back, or maybe the gas stations had a generator to run their gas pumps, because the internet was down, they were cash only payments. So
When you hook into an
it became
ATM.
impossible. You had a lot of people that had gas generators but couldn't run them because they couldn't get gas to put in them.
Well, that's why now you can get fuel preservatives to keep the fuel good for a while, like Stay-Bill and all that.
Yeah.
At the beginning of every hurricane season, I do a lot of things to prepare. One of them is I have several 5-gallon gas jugs. They're full.
Yeah.
And I always lay in a
Stable.
significant amount of cash and that I put in my safe. Because I know that when the power goes down, credit card machines don't work anymore.
Yeah, well, we got lucky. I don't normally stash away cash, but because this Vegas trip was coming up, I was doing the thing where every time I went to the store, I would do $20 back or $100 or something like that, and I had a shoebox in the closet. And at the end of the day, I would take whatever cash I had in my pocket out and put in that shoebox. That's what I did last year to save money for Vegas, and I was doing the same thing this year. So when that hurricane came, I had I think $400 or $500 in cash stuffed in that shoebox. And I was like, well, I guess I'll have to dip into my Vegas funds if nobody takes a card or whatever. I don't plan for anything. I'm so last minute. I'm such a procrastinator. But when it comes to these Vegas trips, I'll plan shit for 6 fucking months.
You're an anomaly. You're an enigma. You're an enigma.
Hey, Paul, my hands start shaking if I don't go to Vegas in 3 months.
Damn. Probably true, too. I can't wait till you move there, because it's going to make it, just can't even imagine. It's going to be funny as hell. You'll be running that town.
Let's go UNLV.
Yeah, exactly. You're changing your team.
Yeah, you're gonna be a 2-teamer.
They'll set up an Uncle Lou memorial cot in the sports book.
Oh God!
The waitress knows his food and drink order by heart within a month.
Yeah, he's not. The one thing about Lou, at least he knows what he's doing when he's in Vegas. Some of us don't know what the fuck we're doing. See, totally different problem.
I go to Vegas, and all I'd be interested in Vegas is maybe, the food certainly, and
yeah, they got plenty of food
and people watching. I don't think I'd be doing very much with gambling.
Well, look, Sloss, like I told you, I had fun when we went last time in January. But that gambling 12 hours a day, I'm not doing that this time. So, if we can't get Pete and Sir UJ off of the roulette wheel and the 3-card poker table, me and you can walk right down to that Harrah's. They got a piano bar down there. It's open from 2 in the afternoon to midnight, and they've got 4 or 5 different shows there a day. They've got Fat Elvis, dueling pianos, karaoke. There's all, and it's literally a 3-minute walk from Flamingo.
You don't have to twist Mama.
You can go sit down there, man. We'll do some hanging out instead of just gambling the whole time, because that shit got old last time.
He always go to the strip club.
Half a Billy Paul wants to go to the strip club.
Yeah.
It's
No,
cheaper.
you know what I
to
really, you know what I really did enjoy? I enjoyed the old Vegas. I honestly, God, that was a great getaway.
I told Pete, I don't know if I told you or not. I told Pete, I said, but whatever day we do Fremont Street,
Yep.
instead of eating dinner on the strip and not going to Fremont Street till 8 or 9 o'clock, we should head down to Fremont at like
And
2 or
eat
3 in
down
the
there.
afternoon, do some bar hopping, eat dinner down there, and then walk the Fremont Street at night and spend like almost a whole day down there.
That's right.
What's Fremont Street?
It's old Vegas,
Old Vegas, downtown Vegas.
not the Strip. The Strip's where all the new MGMs and Caesar's Palace and all those are, and they're good too. Don't get me wrong; they're fun as hell. But
Which is
it's
everything's
old
so
Vegas.
expensive on the strip.
Oh, it's crazy money. You throw money. It's like burning cash. You just take a flamethrower to it.
And I like walking through those old casinos down there.
Yeah, they're cool.
You know? Yeah, they
The
are
Golden
cool.
Nugget. The Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Gotta do it. I want to go to that. I want to go to Caesars. I want to go to that club though. I have to do that while I'm there.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll do Omnia. They're open on. We'll have to go on Tuesday. They're not
That's fine.
open on Monday or Wednesday, and it's probably too crowded for us old folks to go on the weekend. But we can go on Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. But
That's
just
when
got-
me and you met on Tuesday. Me and Alita went on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's fine.
I really didn't understand it until you were showing me some of the videos, and I was sitting there going, "What in the hell?
It's
We gotta
fine.
do that."
Yeah, it's an experience for sure. All right, hey, I got to get out of here. I got a
Be good.
stupid thing I got to do for Bleacher Report at 5 o'clock. But I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming by, Lou. Appreciate the support.
Hello?
So Saleen, if you came out there, you'd have fun with us. I mean, seriously, you'd laugh your ass off. you would have so much fun. We do some crazy stuff, but not bad stuff. We just do crazy stuff. Pete getting spanked, that's good.
It might be something I look
getting
forward
spanked.
to doing, but obviously I couldn't do it right away.
Yeah, I know, but it's just.
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
are you
fun.
talking about
I
that
got 2 trips
police
in
lady?
2025, I got 2 trips coming up, and I'm trying to work my way into the idea of traveling more.
Yeah.
I know in the first part of 25, I got 2 trips. Quite honestly, I'm holding back on a lot of things because of what's going to happen in about 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if in 2 weeks bad shit happens, honestly, I'm going to think about a lot of financial pullback on my part.
It's not. Don't worry, Saleen. We're just gonna be fine. Trust me. Well, I will say the election will be fine. After the election, I am not sure. That part I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that if the election goes one way, there's going to be a lot of in the street problems.
Yes. Yep. That part I can't guarantee, but I can tell you where it's going to go, and that's everybody needs to brace themselves. When I say everybody, the left needs to brace themselves for what's about to come. Because this town's about to be an enema.
Dick, how dare you release a video during my live stream?
Sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry.
The hell is that?
But hey, it's good to see you back, Saleen. I mean, really, it's good to see you back in here, and try to stay on here a little bit, with us.
I would have been back last week, but I mean, it was last minute. My mom needed a repair on her house, and they had scheduled it on a different day, and they called me up and they said, "Look, we got a cancellation, and my guy can show up, somewhere around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock on and it turned out to be last Wednesday. Somebody gonna be there?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be there." and
Yeah.
then I had to,
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do. You got to
Right, so
live.
they were able to
Fix
do
it.
it sooner than they thought they were going to.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, the repair is temporary. Basically, the repair that she got took the house back to the state where it was before the hurricane hit, which is a state in which she's still going to need some work on that part of the house. But now it's not any worse. And more importantly, no critters can get into
The dwelling. Yeah.
which has happened before to both her house and mine.
Well,
Right,
always
well, that's
remember, you got friends in high places over here to come and actually will work on it for you if you need them. So,
Well,
forget about it.
the next things that are going to happen in my mom's house are going to require permits.
Oh gosh, you got to pull permits. That's going to be a little bit more involved, isn't it?
Well, we need work on the roof line.
Right.
The pool cage needs to be redone, and the pool deck needs to be redone. And all that is permitted.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some. We've already got the contractor. I've been working with this guy for years. And he's really good at what he does, and he knows all the right people.
Yeah.
But obviously, right now, he's slammed.
Yeah, because everybody's needing him. There's a high demand.
It's funny, though. The damage in this area could have been so much worse. And now, unless you're talking about the barrier islands, it got the shit beat out of by 2 storms in 2.5 weeks. But the mainland area is, except for big piles of debris, the mainland area isn't too bad.
Yeah, you mentioned Siesta Key still being a mess.
Yeah.
What happened?
Siesta Key.
Yeah. What happened?
Siesta Key, they'll be rebuilding and cleaning for months. I mean, they'll be into the new year before they get Siesta Key and St. Armands and Lido and Longboat and Bird,
Yes, right.
Casey and Minnesota.
Yes,
and
yes, it
Anna
will
Maria,
take.
Holmes Beach. Those islands and those areas are shit bombed. I mean,
Yes.
there's some houses where the sand that got driven in by the storm is piled up 10 feet in their living room.
Holy crap. Man. That's almost as bad as mudslides in North Carolina, just basically wiping out villages. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the Saleen Club of America is still going to go. The last I heard is they're thinking about it, but the Dragon event that's going to happen in early November, I think they're going to cancel it because they can't tell us what the condition of the area is around Robbinsville.
Yeah, Robbinsville.
Hoghead.
Can you imagine Hoghead not getting killed in that? I reached out to him immediately. So, are you still around? And he goes, "Yeah, we're okay." Damn.
Yeah,
I mean, that's bad.
We don't know what Fontana Village is like.
Yeah, with that many people.
Oh, Fontana's good. Fontana's good. Just so you know.
It will take months, if not years.
Yeah, but Fontana Village got out of it unscathed because they built the stupid reservoir. I mean, I say stupid. It's not stupid. They built the reservoir to take on all this water, and it actually worked. Unlike, I think it was Lake Lure. Unlike that, the dam pretty much got overrun. Shit hit the fan. All hell broke loose.
All right, so you thought it was stupid. So you thought it was stupid, but it turned out not to be so stupid.
I used the wrong adjective there. I used the wrong adjective. I just think sometimes man-made things get a little overwrought. But in this case, they did a good job. They actually did a good job. It wasn't stupid. Smart move. Mm-hmm. But Fontana's good. Robbinsville's not completely destroyed, you know. But Chimney Rock is wiped off the face of the earth. I mean,
and not so good.
No, it won't even be there. It'll never be back. It's already changed the topography of the whole land. They're never coming back.
It has. Yeah, so have any of y'all voted yet? Or
I don't vote until election day, brother.
Okay, I'll wait. And what about you, Saleen?
I voted today.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
I voted.
I'm an old fart.
I voted yesterday. Yeah.
And in my state, my vote counts. So
Yes. Well. In my state, my vote counts too. So.
I don't think
Sure
so.
about that?
I think Georgia's already got rigged votes lined up. They packed them in. They're banking them. It's all rigged.
I know, right? Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure
I
about
know.
I guess we'll find out in about 2 weeks.
Well, we will see.
No.
I
Yes.
do
Well,
believe it. Yeah.
Yes, I turned in my ballot today to the Board of Elections. So I don't put it in the mail. So
I haven't.
actually
I went
bring
to,
it back to the
I went to an actual polling place and actually filled
Right.
an actual ballot out. And I fed it into the machine, and I watched the machine say your vote has been counted. So
I did
guess
that.
gotta
Yeah,
go with that, right?
I did that too. Yeah, I filled out my absentee ballot and brought it back to the Board of Elections. So
On behalf of the Trump campaign, I
Yeah.
want to thank you for your vote.
yeah, I brought it back to
Except he
to
voted
the
for
county Board of Elections office. I didn't put it in the mail. So
Yep, it's all good, man. I'm glad.
So,
I mean, just one more bank vote for Mr. Trump. We're good.
yeah, so you might be surprised about who I voted for.
Well, if you didn't vote for Harris, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I actually voted for Trump actually.
No, it surprises me a little bit.
Damn, Vic. I mean, I was joking a little bit because I figured you would do hair. Look, I can't. I'll be honest with you, and everybody needs to know this. I mean, this is one of the things that people misconstrue. They think I'm a Trump nut hugger, and I am not. I absolutely am not. I didn't vote for him in 2016. I voted for Johnson.
Thank you.
Who? Oh yeah. Do you mean the libertarian?
Yes, and so only after I got to see 4 years of him did I even reluctantly go, you know what, Jesus. I mean, fuck. I mean, the alternatives are not good. So I voted for him in 2020. No way in hell I'm voting for that.
See, TF, I know who Vermin Supreme is, so I have to laugh at that.
Yes, I am. I voted for Biden in 2020 because I thought orange. I thought orange man bad, but now after 4 years of Biden Harris, I think that that having Trump back in office wouldn't be such a bad thing.
It wouldn't be as bad as it has been. That's all. And that doesn't mean it's great. I'll tell you that right now. But it certainly is better than what the
I think that the Trump would be better for securing the border, and that he would be better for foreign policy, because I feel like like those other, like at least Putin and Xi and Kim, I mean, at least they respect Trump. So
because Trump can be crazy.
I mean, at least they respect Trump. I mean, they don't really have any respect for Kamala. So
for those of you who don't know who Vermin Supreme is, because TF mentioned that Huff was voting for Vermin Supreme. This is Vermin Supreme.
Yeah.
He's a really goofy looking guy who wears a rubber.
Is that Santa Claus?
Yeah, so I feel like Trump can prevent more wars, or prevent World War III. So
we have a better chance with him. I'm not sure he's going to prevent it, but it certainly is better than. I mean, I guarantee you it's not going to happen with the other person. So that's the only issue.
Thank you for that, TF. You made me chuckle today.
Yeah. Vermin Supreme is a good would be a good one to vote
See,
for.
yeah, I mean, I think that he would be better for the economy because I mean, the economy was doing good. I mean, pre-COVID. So I mean,
Zona, don't worry about it. I can tell you Trump's going to win it. He's going to win the election. I don't know if it's going to result in craziness
yeah,
afterwards.
Trump's probably gonna win it, but I mean, things were better under Trump pre-COVID. So
For the sake of the country, I hope it does.
Yeah, I do too.
I've always said that Trump is not the ideal candidate. Never was, never will be.
no.
1000% agree.
Yeah, not the ideal, but
But ever since 1984, when I voted in national elections, I've always voted policy, not personality. And unfortunately, for most of my life, I've been voting against someone more than I've been voting for someone.
Yeah. I mean, I voted for Perot, by the way.
Last
Just
candidate
so you
I
know.
voted for instead of voting against someone was Reagan.
Oh, I did vote for Reagan. I did vote for him, but when Bush Sr. came up for re-election, I voted for Perot, and then I had to go with Obama. I didn't go with Obama, but I mean, whenever Obama was there, I voted Libertarian those 2 years, and then I voted. I mean, I thought Clinton was good, but I didn't vote for him. But I thought he was good. I mean, you can look back on it, Clinton was good. There was nothing to argue about, in my opinion. But
yeah,
man, I mean, it's been
things did go pretty smoothly with Clinton, even though we did have some scandals.
But they're stupid scandals. They were just
they
women.
did have some personal scandals. Just like what Trump has. So.
That shouldn't be, seriously. That should not be what determines your voting for a president.
Yeah,
okay, look.
I mean, just like how Trump does. I mean, he's I mean, I mean, Clinton has just done no worse things than what Trump has done. So
Jefferson had a black concubine birthing his children. So let's just be clear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I still believe character matters a little bit.
What's that?
I'm still of the opinion that character matters a little bit.
Well, it does matter, but it's not the sole reason you don't vote for somebody. Come on.
I don't disagree with that.
Because I agree with you on all the things.
To me, as a communist.
Yeah, Saleen, you and I probably sit down. We find it hard to find anything to disagree on politically. We would. We'd have to work hard at it.
I believe in no speed limits.
I think everybody should drive the appropriate speed for the conditions.
Exactly. Yeah.
They don't need to be told what to do. They just need to not do stupid shit.
Okay. Well, I know you need to be told. People need to be told. Some people need to be told not to do stupid shit. But
at the same time, I mean, you can't draconianly, put your hand on everybody, manage them like a.
Yeah, it seems like not everyone knows what the appropriate speed is. So.
Well. Yeah.
So, I mean, I know the speed limit is more like a speed suggestion for some people, but
anytime your car's out of control and you can't stop on it at a moment's notice because you can't see it far enough ahead and all that, I mean, people should just be smarter. That's all.
Just don't. Yeah, I mean, just don't drive like you're playing Grand Theft Auto.
Unless you're out in Arizona or Nevada or somewhere out west on the road. That would be a great ride, though. Saleen, have you ever been on the roads out there in Arizona and Nevada?
Have I what?
Have you been on those roads and those long stretches where You can see the horizon. You almost see the curvature of the earth. It's so straight. Have you ever been on one of those roads out west?
No.
Man,
Good.
you can go 150 miles an hour.
Run like that would be a lot of fun.
You could fly down that road, and it feels like you're just doing.
Every once in a while, I get the idea of entering my car into one of those half-mile time attacks, and then I realize the old saying that they used to say to people that went before Caesar: "Remember, thou art mortal."
You would lose your mind if you got out there because there's nothing to hold you back. Zero. You would be going as fast as that poor Saleen will go.
I need to improve its cooling system a little bit more.
But it's a really weird. The good thing is it's so free, but it's also so boring unless you're flying down the road. So when I was driving my Pontiac Grand Prix down it, coming back from Oregon, I moved out to Oregon, came back. They brought my car out there and everything. And I was coming back, I was driving back, and I was flying down the road, and I was almost at 100 miles. I was at 95 miles an hour, something like that. And you don't even feel like you're moving. It's like, okay, I need more energy. I need more. Bad, man. It'll suck you in. You'd love it, though, Saleen.
Oh yeah, I do like my fast cars. I can't help it.
All good. Well, I don't want to hold you guys up. I got to get back. I actually have one thing to finish. I'm going to sit here and work on that for about 20 minutes, and then I got to send it off to everybody at work. So I got to jump out of here. Okay. It's good.
I'm going to be signing off in a few minutes anyway because I got to go over to dinner.
Yeah. And hopefully it's a good one. Yeah. Eat well. All right, guys. Later,
Boobies.
Okay, bye, Paul.
Bye.
Gotta thank Huff for stopping by. Appreciate it. And Nate left too.
Yeah, no, Sven. I didn't vote for UGG, but
Vote for UGG. UGG's not on the ballot. What are you talking
yeah, I guess you could could write him in, but
Yeah, unfortunately, the machines don't pick that up. But, I think one year, my college roommate was pissed off at all the candidates, and he wrote in Mickey Mouse. All right. UGGA is becoming Grand Theft Auto University. Really? Why would you say that? They got a lot of arrests going on at UGA.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just used the absentee ballot because I find it, kind of hard to reach those voting machines. So that's why I just filled in the absentee ballot that you bubble in and then put in the envelope and then bring it back to my county board of elections.
Yeah, I don't mind going and voting in person.
Yeah.
That's the only. For me, it's the only good thing about early voting is, obviously the lines are way less during the day, and you can sort of pick the day you want to go. I picked today because I didn't have anything going on in the morning, except for shipping a package out, and I use the early voting to kill time until the place opens so I can go ship the package. So. And no, I didn't use FedEx. Fuck FedEx. Fuck them all, really. FedEx is the worst. Anyway, Vic, I'm going to get out of here. I got to head over to the other house and take care of a couple of things before dinner.
Okay.
So I thank you for stopping by and participating.
Oh yeah. Now I was gonna say, yeah, the Trump campaign wanted everyone to vote early, right? They said to what was it? You can make it too big to rig. Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't already voted and you have early voting available to you, please go vote. And even if you have to wait until election day to go vote, please do it, because it is your responsibility. A lot of people bled and died to protect your right to vote. And it is still the only way that you can participate directly in this wonderful experiment known as the American experiment. And if you don't vote, especially if you are a Trump supporter and the other side wins, this American experiment may end. So if you are worried about that, please go vote. And if you're more worried about Orange Man Dad winning and possibly wrecking your little march towards socialism, and that's what you believe, go vote for the pole dancer. You know, what can I say? But no matter which way you are leaning on the political spectrum, please go vote. It's not that hard. And if you don't vote, you ain't got no right to complain about the result. Ain't that right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Vic. When's the next time you're doing a live stream? Go ahead and plug it.
Well, I'm gonna be on with Lou tomorrow for the morning shoe. Hopefully,
So,
hopefully OBS will work this time.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
because
then
last
when is it
week,
going?
because last week, OBS was fucked up. So.
And you go live on Friday, right?
Right, and I go live on Friday at 6. Yes.
At Big Two Productions.
Right.
6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Right.
All right, Vic. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon. And for the rest of you, thanks for stopping by, killing a couple hours with me, the SaleenDriver, as we once again have endeavored to prove that this is the show about nothing in particular. And we appreciate stopping by. We'll try and do it again next week on the 30th for episode number 199 of Wednesday Afternoon Live. So until then, we'll see you later.